There is only one place you can get a droid, and that's Droid Division on Etsy. I paid £26.40 for old Pit Droid here, and it's the whole model. I've got no room to build the whole model, so I'm just not going to be able to fit the whole thing in just the head, and I'm printing it with Elegoo 3D printer. Now this has been sent to me by Elegoo, and I'm printing it on the Elegoo Centura Carbon. That wasn't sent to me by Elegoo, I actually bought that myself. But this isn't a sponsored video, but they have sent me some really wonderful PLA Plus to make this Pit Droid with, and a fair few hours later, here we have the Pit Droid in all its wonderful glory. There was lots of bits to it. The only thing I didn't print in the Elegoo PLA was this on the Formlabs Form 4 with their clear resin. Of course, that's going to be the his little lens thing. Now I'm using a foot sander to take that top layer off. I could have used the different layers on the top of this in the printer, but I just didn't see the point, because I can sand this off in a matter of moments using the marvellous foot sander. Have you ever had one of these? Have you ever tried one of these? These things are a game changer. It's a 60 grit paper. You just stick it on and away you go. What I'm going to do as well is just use a little bit of wood filler. Any kind of filler will do, but I like this wood filler. I like to use something along these lines to just rub across the last remaining of the layer lines that sit on top of the helmet, and they will fill them in beautifully. And I'm going to go over a fair bit of the helmet with this stuff just to fill in some of those other deeper layer lines that I can see. Now there's not too many. The Elegoo Centura Carbon and the PLA have done a brilliant job, to be fair, and I'm going to put that aside to let it dry, and I'm just going to scrape off some of the edges using a deburring tool. If you haven't got a deburring tool, you really need to get one if you're going to be making things like droids in PLA. Now I'm going to stick the base part together using some super glue and some of the little nubbins that are included in the foil. You need to ideally get this as straight and as square as you can, and those little nubbins really do help. So I'm going to plug them in. I'm going to use super glue, and of course I'm going to use a little bit of activator to make the process a little quicker. Without the activator I would probably be sitting there holding it for a fair few moments, but I don't want to be doing that. I want speed and I want it to work now. So activator, and away we go. Get it nice and flat. That's really important. Make sure it's lined up, because once it's all put together you can't move it, you can't change it. So when you're happy with where it is, give it a blast, and that will set really quickly, and that's what we're after. Of course there's a couple of lines to just cover, so yeah, you guessed it, same process as before. Just a little bit of that wood filler across there, making sure that I get it all into the crack. Leave it open a little bit higher, and I'm going to sand it down. Now for the top of the dome, when it's all dried, I've just gone to some 240 grit paper, and I'm giving it a blitz all across to get rid of the majority of those layer lines. Pretty much most of them will have gone, but of course until you prime it you can't really see what's left behind, so make sure you go over it. But then when you're ready, filler primer is the order of the day, and that's all I'm doing here, giving it a bit of a whisk across with that, and that revealed a few more layer lines which I'll come back to. Now the thing I like about Droid Division is they give you some really detailed instructions about how to put this droid together, and oh my, did I have to put it together. I'm not going to bore you with a long process, so let's speed this up and show you the assembly. And once it was all assembled, I'm going to give it a coat of the filler primer again. It was really easy to put together following the instructions. They are very detailed, they're very easy to follow, and the assembly of it as well, everything fitted where it needed to fit. There was little holes and nooks and crannies for it to all sit in, so everything went together wonderful. Thank you, Droid Division. Definitely the place to go if you want to build a droid. Now I'm going to use this colour to do part of the outside of it. Now this was the colour I did my battle droid in. But I'm just going to do the outer edge of the little ring section for the front of the lens in this. So a quick splodge across with this paint. This is a beautiful sort of ivory coloured paint, and it goes on like a dream. It's wonderful. Dries in around about 24 hours. Doesn't take too long, but it's a good paint. It's not cheap, but it does a wonderful job. So the colour of your choice is up to you completely. And now a bit more sanding, 280 grit paper again over the filler primer, giving it a good old whoosh all the way over with my pad, which I find really, really easy to use. This was bought from, I think this was a Temu buy for just a couple of quid and 240 grit sandpaper, as I said. Now this Painter's Touch Paprika from Rust-Oleum, well, lovely. I want this to be like a red and a cream colour, but my God, did this stuff take a while to dry. I do not know why. It was a hot day, it wasn't humid, it wasn't wet. It took about 2 to 3 days to dry, and I was getting this stuff on my fingers every time I checked it. But the colour I am happy with, and I think it's gone really, really well with the ivory kind of colour of the rest of it. So pop that on, but again, the colour is your choice. It is your Droid. Do what you will with it. I masked off the section that I painted across in that creamy sort of ivory colour, and I've got that paprika colour to go all over the bottom of it again, blasting it all the way across. There's lots of little places and crannies and nooks and twists and turns in here, so make sure you get the whole thing. Now I don't know if it's because I put it on too thick or whether it was the paint, but my God, did this take a long time to dry, painfully so. I wanted to get this video out a lot before today, a lot sooner, but I had to just sit and wait for it to dry on a hot sunny day in the UK. I do not know. If you know why it took so long to dry, let me know. Did I put too much on? Did I not do something that I should have done? Did I not shake it enough? I thought I had. I shook it to death, but my God, did it take. Have I mentioned that it took a long time to dry? I don't think I've let you guys know that. Anyway, moving on. So we've got that paint layer on there of that paprika colour, and I've gone across now to Tinkercad, and I've made my little Star Wars, a Dumb Series Pit Droid plaque, really easy to make. Moved it onto my Bamboo Labs A1, coloured in the Star Wars and the wordy bits on there, and voila, about an hour later, there is the plaque that will sit very kindly and nicely on the bottom of my pit Droid. So there he is, all ready to be stuck on. Now there was a couple of carbon rods here that needed cutting down to size for his little antennae, and I think it was 13 centimeters and 22 centimeters. So I'm just using a Dremel to cut them out. I haven't got a vice or anything, so I'm doing it with my hand. I'm sorry if this gives you any triggers, my apologies, but it works really, really well, and I still had all my fingers left at the end of it, so no harm there. Now I've taken one of these little lights. Now I use one of these lights in my K2SO Droid, and these are great. 3 batteries, and you can change colours on them. You just give them a little push. They're energizer. They're really, really good. But the joy is they work with a remote control, as you can see, and it's the same remote control that you may have seen me using my K2SO Droid. So I can control both of these droids with the same remote. Boom! It's a winner. I've just used a little bit of Velcro on the back to connect it in, because occasionally I'm going to have to take it out to change the battery, so I don't want to glue it in. I could use magnets, of course I could, but I had these Velcro sticky pads lying around, and so I used them. And I used the same pads to stick the front on. Again, I could use magnets, but I hadn't got any, so I used a bit of Velcro. The other thing I did, I just painted over that Ever Ready sign, because with the sort of clear lens on, you can see the Ever Ready, and I don't want to see that. I just want it to be white, so push that in, and you would never know. You'd never ever know. And there we go, all done. Apart from, want to age him up a little bit, some lead Belcher paint on a sponge, and I'm just dabbed and dabbed away on here just to make it look a bit more aged. I don't like off the factory floor droids. I like them to look a little bit used, a little bit worn, a little bit tattooed, or wherever else they were. So a little bit of silver on there, just dab it all the way around. Don't be too careful with it, just bodge it on there, spread it all out so it looks like your droid has been a little bit used. Now of course that silver on its own is okay, but we just want to make it look a little bit rusty as well, so I'm using some Dirty Down Rust next, just on a brush, and I am going to just splodge away. I'm just going to put it over the worst of the areas that I've aged, just to make it look like the rust has come through. This Dirty Down Rust is incredible stuff. It's the easiest, best rust that I have ever used, and all I do to put it on is I'll dollop it on. I'll get a good chunk on there, and I'll take a dry brush, a big brush, and I'll just push it around to how I want it. Then I'll add a little bit more to add depth. If you add water, it activates it even more, but I'm happy with the way this looked, and on the aerials I just put a bit more on, and I dragged it down to make it look like it was a little bit of a run. And that's pretty much the droid all done. I pretty much think he's finished. Yeah, he's finished. Shall we have a better look at him? Shall we have a closer look at old Dumb Series Pit Droid? Yeah, let's have a little gander at the man himself. So I don't think you can think of 3D printed Star Wars droids without looking at Droid Division. They are a fantastic site. Their instructions are brilliant. The quality of their files are fantastic. They all go together seamlessly, and I just love the instructions. Absolutely love it. If you like what you see today, there are a couple of ways that you can support this little old channel. Think about subscribing. It's quick, it's cheap, it's free, it's simple. It's just one click of a little mouse and you have subscribed, and then we can share our further videos with you easily by clicking the notification bell. If you want to support us even further, there is a Patreon where you can join for free, or if you want to pay a couple of quid a month, you can do so, and that is another way in helping this little channel grow. If you want to buy anything, please think about buying things from the description, as they will give a little bit of an affiliate kickback to the channel, but it won't cost you guys a penny more. What's important to me is some communication. Let me know what you think. Do you like what I did with this droid today? Would you do anything differently? Have you made one? What did you learn about the process? I found it fairly simple to do. It was a little bit more complicated than some of the other droids, but it was still relatively easy and really enjoyable. Thank you to my patrons, you guys, as always, for your support. You are amazing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time on Greedy 3D.